Konnichiwa minasan. Hello everyone, welcome to Java's in Japan podcast, and today I'm in a temple and I've got a kotatsu, it's like a heated desk and it's super nice and cozy and I don't want to go outside because it's cold. Even though I'm traveling in the mornings, I like to do a bit of work. Get your work done in the morning and then you go out and enjoy afterwards. So you get the podcast done, you get some work done, you get some blog posts done, and then you can go and enjoy the rest of the day much nicer because you got stuff done in the morning and it's cold outside. So you gotta wait till the outside warms up. So today in JinJapan podcast, I'm talking about my trip I did yesterday on Boxing Day. A cycle trip from Tsushi, Sioux City, to Ise, where I am now, and a little bit about Christmas in Japan. Enjoy. So yesterday I took a trip from Sioux City to Ise City in Mie prefecture, all by bicycle. Yes, I like traveling by bike. Well, it's fun, you get to get out, you get exercise, you get to see the world. But Mieken, well, what is actually in Mieken about Sioux City and Ise? Not much really. And it was basically just follow a motorway, lots of fields, lots of farms. The Japanese kind of farms, they were also kind of industrialized a bit, so there wasn't really much great views until the end, but it was a good cycle trip. And it's good, these sort of trips, it's always good to have something to listen to while you do it. So before I went, I subscribed to YouTube Premium, and well, I can now listen to Nakata-san like all day. If you don't know who Nakata-san is, he's like a Japanese comedian who's now very famous on YouTube to do like video lectures, and it's entertaining lectures about Japanese history. So while listening to that, it was pretty good and an enjoyable trip. But one thing I did notice was kind of annoying is I use an application called Hi Navi. Well, no, Hi Navi. Navitime. Navitime is quite popular. So navigation app for Japan. It gets quite a lot of updated information. This time, I've been using it for the past, I think, 3 months now, for not doing bike trips, but over the past few days, I've had some troubles with it. Well, one was when I tried to do the trip from Hikone City to Tsushi, and the accident had 2 troubles that time. It was the Kokodo problem, the main roads. You're like, oh, don't want to go by main roads, and it was just all by main roads, and it didn't update me information about, well, the road was closed. So you cycle up a mountain a little bit, you go down, and you're like, oh, I can't continue, I've got to go back up the mountain and back again. And this time it was the same issue with the main roads, the country roads, the Kokodo. So the Kokodo, big main roads in Japan, and cycling along them is kind of scary because, well, it's your bike and there's lots of big cars and lorries and they go fast and you can't go fast because you're on a bike. They like push you to the side even though it's supposed to be a cycle road. Yeah, it can get pretty dangerous. But luckily for Mie prefecture and Mie, the main roads have side roads by the side. Well, it's farmland, right? The farmers gotta get round onto the farm. They can't go on the main Kokodo. That's dangerous. You can't see a tractor going on a 50 road, right? Ooh. So they have roads by the side. And that's perfect. Well, for a bicycle. For me, to cycle along by these side roads, going ups and down the dips. It's very ups and downy. Even though it's supposedly me, it's totally flat. They kind of elevated the Kokodo a little bit, the main road. So when there's an underpass, like no place to go, it would go down and go up again. So you're on a bike with stuff carrying on the back, so you gotta go like zoom up really quick. You're like, ah! You gotta zoom down. Then it's like gotta change the gears quick to go back up again. So you can move that to the 0 with the 1 gear, the 1-1, and just pedal to the middle up. So it's quite fun little trip, cycling. Listen to a lot of podcasts, learn a lot, and now I'm in Ise. And today, we're going to go to a ninja village. Ooh, exciting. Before that, I want to talk to you a little about Christmas in Japan. is not celebrated like Christmas in the West. As you get around with the families, get together, have food, have Christmas dinner. That's not in Japan. It's mostly a dating holiday. But there's two very interesting things about Japan Christmas we don't have in the Western world. What I want to talk about today. First is Christmas cake, and the second is KFC. So when Christmas was kind of getting a bit more popular in Japan, about the 1950s after the war, the sort of baby boom period, a famous company in Japan had an idea, well, marketing for kids. There were all these kids, right? What do kids like? They like cake. Kids love cake. Kids love, I might call them sweet things. So a famous brand, Fujiya. The Fujiya sort of confection company? What is sort of Fujiya? They're very famous for the Mickey chocolates in Japan. And they were like, how are we going to promote Christmas in Japan? And we're like, cake, Christmas cake. And Christmas cake in the West is very, well, rich. You put lots of like nuts, rich food, like a Christmas cake. In the UK, we light it on fire. But in Japan, it's basically just a very sweet, lots of glazing, lots of sugar, some strawberries, cream around it, cake. And it's just basically promoted to be very sweet things, get the kids. And now, on Christmas in Japan, you gotta get the sweet, sweet cakes everywhere. And the second other thing we have in Japan, what we don't have in the West, is KFC Christmas. Yes, in Christmas Japan, it is fried chicken. And the story around this is actually quite interesting because it was a lie. It was basically in the 1970s when KFC started in Japan. They were like, it didn't go really well. Everyone was like, what is this KFC? Like, what is it? Why is it red? Who is this Colonel Sanders guy? So the new owner the manager of the fried chicken had an idea. Why don't we just make Kentucky Fried Chicken Christmas? Like, Japanese people, they weren't really still 100% sure on Santa Claus, and they saw this KFC guy and they're like, is he Santa Claus? And he was like, the manager was like, oh, let's make Colonel Santa. So they made Kentucky Fried Christmas. They just promoted it with a lie. And the lie was to the main news company in Japan, NHK, that Western people, they have Kentucky Fried Christmas on Christmas. Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas. It's KFC Christmas, Kentucky Fried Christmas. Colonel Sanders is Santa Claus. So they did this lie, and a few years later, the guy still regrets it, but a few years later it kind of worked, and Christmas Kentucky was a thing now. And it's gone on today, and on Christmas Day, Kentucky is normally sold out. You have to now order your Kentucky Fried Christmas in Japan. So, that's been some stories from Japan, my travel journeys, and hopefully, while you're listening to this podcast, if you're on the YouTube version, you can see some of the views I got of fields of Mie Prefecture. So, enjoy. お楽しみ。